Welcome to this edition of Collecting Small Diecast Land Rovers. In the last episode we took a look at the latest new Defender 110 and 90s from Oxford in 176 scale. And during that video I mentioned that while we'd had a break over the summer, I'd spotted on eBay a collection of 172nd Land Rovers from Kaurama. Now, I've been collecting these for nearly 30 years and I've got most of the casting variations. It's just a very few elusive, very early ones that had proved so hard to find. And nearly every one that I was looking at on the screen was one of these versions. And days like that don't come along very often, so it was on an auction, so I put in a really high bid on them. And luckily I won most of them. I missed one lot, which I was quite annoyed about. I didn't quite put as high a bid in, but we won all the others, and not at bad prices. So if you understand how eBay works, you bid against each other, but there wasn't anybody on bidding, so they came in really reasonable. And we're going to show you some of them today. So let's set up and I'll just let you see. Now, these were the single items that turned up. Now, an odd one I have got, but because they were done in batches, you had to buy all of them to get the ones you wanted, if you understand. So the ones that are duplicates, if they're in better condition than the ones in the collection, we'll keep. If not, we'll push them back onto eBay and make them available for somebody else to collect. Also in the collection, and we'll just set them up to show you, was these two sets. Now, apologies for the glare, it's the cellophane on the front. No matter what you do, you can't get rid of the glare, unfortunately. Right, what's odd about these? Well, if you look at them, every one is a very early model across the both sets. Now, this is where I'm going to need your help. I've examined the boxes and it's very difficult to tell whether there's been any tampering, i.e. models have been swapped out in favour of putting all very early versions into this set, or was these two sets released very early on, so you ended up with models from the real early era of them. The thing that's intriguing is a couple of the models we know feature no base fixing, holes or slots or anything in the bottom. Now, these seem to be models that came out when they were released in cardboard boxes and no plinth, as it were, and they were held in place by some twisted wire through holes punched in the bottom of the cardboard. Now, that's what we've got here. This one at the end, that's like that, and this chap here, and the same in the bottom one. There's a couple of them, so it's hard to know, have these been built up by some collector because they've been around for so many years to feature just the very early models, or were these actually released from the factory in this state? So over to you, chaps. Have any of you got box sets that feature all very early models? The easiest way to tell the early ones is the vent panels. Instead of being silver, the bit just under the windscreen wipers is body colour on all of them. That's the early ones. And it goes across to the bottom set as well. So I'd be very intrigued to know the origins of these. I've had a cursory look around them, and they don't look obviously as though they've been tampered with. So if these are originals, then how many is there out there? Because they very quickly moved on to making cost-cutting exercises. Or is there any other sets out there with different combinations of models? Or is there any with totally different models? You see, there's no, just having a quick look, yeah, Telecom, right, there's no Royal Air Force One, or the Red Air Force One, or the Mountain Rescue One, and there's no rail track in any of these sets. So it is possible there is another set out there with them models in, which would make for a very interesting finds. So if you can put a comment on the Facebook group or at the bottom of this video if you've got one of these sets that looks like that. Right, we're going to take a closer look at one of the models, and we'll see how it fits in with all its brothers and sisters in that livery. So the first one up is this Royal Air Force Series 3 in 1/72 scale. Now it comes in the green box. For those of you who collect boxes, that's the style of it. Quite a lot of models appeared in this box, and then there were other versions of boxes out there, but this one we class as the green version. Right, so this one, what's special about it? Well, it's an unknown version. If we go to the website, so we'll just bring in my phone, if you can see that without too much glare. Let's pan back a little bit. There we are. Right, we're on the home page of the website. If you can read that, that's the page you land on if you go to Glengarry Tramway website, glengarrytramway.com. Right, so what you want to be doing is you just come down to the Series 3 menu, and we click into that, and then we scroll past these versions of the models. That's the these first pictures are just showing you the differences in the vent panel, the difference in the two different types of vent panel, etc. Then eventually you get to a portion of the website that says click on the model you want to view. Right, so it's a hard top, so we're going into there, soft top, sorry. Right, then we scroll down till we find the model livery we require. So keep going, there's plenty of them. Right, it's that one. So this is the one we're looking at. Right, then it gives you all the details of the model that is pictured in the thing. So on this one, it's got silver wheel hubs. So the model we've got, yes, we've got silver wheel hubs. Type B, that's the later type where there's no slots in the wheels. So yes, its license plate should be GPX version. Yes, it is. Right, black interior, don't worry about that, they all have it. Silver vent panel, window panel type 1. So yes, silver, and it's got the little wings on, so it's type 1. Unpainted exhaust and axles, yes, we can see that from the bottom. Painted rear window, so the one we have has a painted rear window. That one is totally clear, so it's not that model. So scroll down, we've got another one, and it's got painted exhaust and axles, so as is unpainted, so it's not that one. Then we think there's one with Type A wheels. No, it's not that one, because we've got Type B and the registration is different. So the next one has a Type 2 vent panel, as is Type 1. So this one is an unknown version, so it's going to slot in between the first two. It's the later model with Type B wheels, but it hasn't yet received the modification of the rear window being painted. So this is one that we didn't even realise was out there. That's why it's always worth checking the ones you've got. So the window being painted at the back must post date the fact that they stopped painting the exhaust and axles. Other than that, it's a very nice little model and it will sit nicely in the collection. So there's two we already had, so this makes a third version. If the entries are in blue on the website, we think they exist. We've not seen photos, but we suspect, or we've seen a photo that suggested it was probably indistinct, didn't show all angles, but so it's an assumption of what we think's out there. The same with that, with the Type 2. So we got 3 of them then, and we need 2 more if they're out there. So that was a win from the bulk set we bought. Up to press, as I've gone through them, we've got one that's a duplicate. It's the yellow Air Force version of this. So that will be checked against the version we have, and then if it's in better condition we'll keep it. If not, we'll just put it back on eBay and dispose of it so we can get funds to move on to another one. Right, we'll go and dig out its brothers and sisters so you can see them lined up and understand what I mean. Back in. Okay, these are the other 2 we have in the collection. This is the earliest one. We know that because it's got the painted exhaust and axles, and this was probably one of the later ones because it's got the painted rear window and unpainted exhausts, etc. So that'll be towards the end of production. That's towards the beginning, and the one we've just got will fit in between the 2. So the odd thing about these is, up to press, not found one with the very early wheels, the Type A wheels, and you would expect that one to come with the painted exhaust, etc., and painted vent panel, of course. So we're still on the lookout for that one, and got to be one out there sooner or later. Not very common, these. They don't crop up as often as some of the other ones. Both this and the yellow version of the Royal Air Force ones. They're not totally rare, but they're just, you know, you see them occasionally crop up, whereas, you know, you get listing after listing of some of the more common versions. Why that would be, I don't know. Unless there's more Air Force people collecting them, that's a possibility, I suppose. Fans of Air Force. But yeah, it'd be nice to push these on a bit further, but it's just bidey time, and one will come along and hopefully be at a price you want to pay. Right, let's have a look at another one. Now our next subject is this Series 3 Fire and Rescue Service. It's the soft top. Not the most common of the models of the fire brigade. The the other one that we have, far more common. If you're not sure which one I'm talking about, just nip to the website. It's the Fire Brigade one. They crop up all the time, and they've got loads of variations. These crop up from time to time, but the variations do seem harder to get. So currently we have 3. Now in that collection that we purchased was this one. Now the thing that absolutely stands out on this one is the wheels. They are Type A wheels, the very earliest wheels with the slots in, and a painted undercarriage. So everything about this model, we can virtually say, because it's got the Type A wheels and the underneath details picked out in silver, then we can almost certainly say it's got a red vent panel, it's got a clear rear window, and it will feature 2 mounting screws in the base, rivets, one in this corner, one in this corner, whereas the later ones just had a single one in the fuel tank. So where does this one fit in? Well, it's the earliest incarnation. It's got a screw fix, so the only thing that can be earlier than this one would be one that had no base fixings. But I seriously doubt there'll be one out there. I know somebody's going to stick their hand up and says, well, man's like that. Well, good. If that is the case, let us know. But yeah, this will be the earliest version. We knew about it all along. We knew that it existed. It's taken a lot of finding, but it cropped up in that batch. So we'll just quickly unbox it so you can have a quick look. So there you can see the wheels. Really nice set of wheels, well defined, and the painted underneath, which says, yeah, I'm an early version. As we come around to the front, the odd thing about this one is it features the WWX registration. Now I'm going to stick my neck out and say the others don't. We'll go to the website to doubly check that, but yeah, a really nice model, and it will take up its position at the head of the train. And we'll just have a quick look and see how many more are out there. If you just bear with me while I strike up my my phone. Right, scroll down, ignore that, it's my phone. Right, so we know of the 4 now. Yeah, we got that one, that one, that one, that one, and that is it. We don't think there's any more. We think that's the full range of them. So there should be that one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah, so we can tick a box. If there is one more out there, it would be at this end, and it would feature the Type 2 vent panel, i.e. the little wings that stick out for the hinges, they've been smoothed off. That's the only one there's likely to be. I can't think of any other combinations. There's always a chance we've missed one, but I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it for them. So if you've got anything any different to what I've shown you, then please let us know, and we can update the website accordingly. It'd be nice if Oxford re-released this one, but I don't know whether they will or they won't. I should imagine the dies are still there, and if they've got the artwork for it, it'd be a nice one. If they did, we would definitely see the revised vent panel. Possibly the name would be removed from the base, but this is all speculation. We don't really know. Let's hope they surprise us. So we'll dig you some more out for the next one, and please, if you know anything about the multi-packs, let us know, and we can work out whether they are genuine or somebody's made them up. Just collected all the models and stuck them in one display case. Right, that's it. We've gone on long enough, and the battery's going on the camera. So until next time, stay safe and happy collecting. Oxford have released this. There is the other version with the revised vent panel and no writing on the base. It comes in the Oxford Diecast 3-pack that they released of the Caramas. So it was niggling me that there was another one. So all in all, there are 5 to collect, and I think that's it for these, I'm pretty sure. Now, I've recorded this after I've finished doing the video. If it makes sense to edit it and slot it in the middle, I will do so, and you'll be none the wiser. Unless I leave this bit in. This is getting complicated. Right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.